Namaste to all JVS. Myself JVN Dr. Khushbu Verma from Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we will discuss about carbohydrates and their classification. Basically, carbohydrates are divided on the basis of their structural arrangement. And first of all, we have to know about the carbohydrate. What is carbohydrate? So carbohydrates is a major biomolecule which is required for the synthesis of structure of a cell. Cell is a basic unit of life, as we all know, and so carbohydrates are major biomolecules which are required for synthesis of cell, and it is major part. Its major part is basically make or may be involved in the cell membrane process. It helps in the synthesis of plasma membrane with the association of proteins. So first of all, we have to know about the carbohydrates. What are the carbohydrates? So carbohydrates are the most abundant biomolecules on the earth. A carbohydrate is a biological molecule consisting of a carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms, usually with a hydrogen oxygen atom ratio of 2:1 as in water, and in other words with the empirical formula which is H2ON. Carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones or substances that yield such compounds on hydrolysis. Some carbohydrates also contain nitrogen, phosphorus or sulfur, which make them specified. Now come to the role of carbohydrates in living organisms. So carbohydrates perform numerous roles in living organisms. Polysaccharides serve for the storage of energy in the form of starch and glycogen. Starch is present in plant cells and glycogen is present in animal cells. And as structural components like cellulose, which make the cell wall in plants, and chitin in the arthropods. And 5-carbon monosaccharide ribose is a major component of coenzymes like ATP, FAD, and NAD, which are basically energy currency and the backbone of the genetic molecules known as RNA. The related deoxyribose sugar is a component of DNA. So you can say that genetic material or nucleic acid, which is the major base of a cell, is made up of carbohydrates. And the saccharides and their derivatives include many other important biomolecules that play key roles in the immune system, fertilization, preventing pathogenesis, blood clotting, and development. These are the sources of carbohydrate from where we can carbohydrate like cereals, pulses, cereals, wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, fruits, bread, and milk. Now come to the classification of carbohydrates. So there are three major classification of carbohydrate on the basis of their structure arrangement. First of all, we will discuss about the monosaccharide. So the simplest of the carbohydrates. And the monosaccharides are either aldehydes or ketones with 2 or more hydroxyl groups. Monosaccharides are colorless and crystalline. Monosaccharides are colorless crystalline solids that are freely soluble in water but insoluble in non-polar solvent. Most have a sweet taste. Examples of monosaccharides include glucose, which is dextrose, and fructose and galactose. These are the structure of glucose. Here we can see glucose is a 6-carbon structure, and this is the ring structure. And second one is the fructose, which is 5-carbon structure monosaccharide. And the backbones of the common monosaccharides are unbranched carbon chains in which all the carbon atoms are linked by single bonds. In the open chain form, one of the carbon atom is double bonded to an oxygen atom to form a carbonyl group. Each of the other carbon atoms has a hydroxyl group. If the carbonyl group is at If the carbonyl is at an end of the carbon chain, that is in an aldehyde group, the monosaccharide is an aldose. If the carbonyl group is at another position, the monosaccharide is known as ketose. The simplest monosaccharides are the 2,3 carbon triose, which are glyceraldehyde or aldotriose, which are known as, if there is dihydroxyacetone, so it will be ketotriose. Now come to the second type of carbohydrate, which are disaccharide. It is made up of two monosaccharide units. They will be bind to the specific linkage, which is known as O-glycosidic bond. Disaccharides such as maltose, lactose, and sucrose consist of two monosaccharides joined covalently by O-glycosidic bond, which is formed when a hydroxyl group of one sugar reacts with the anomeric carbon of other. The disaccharide can be hydrolyzed to yield their free monosaccharide components by boiling with dilute acid, and N glycosyl bond join the anomeric carbon of a sugar to a nitrogen atom in glycoproteins and nucleotides. Here we can see the diagrammatic representation. There is glucose and second is fructose, and the reaction will be done in between this carbon and this first carbon of glucose, and they will create a glycosidic bond and water molecule will be released, and this disaccharide structure is known as sucrose. On the other hand, if we talk about the maltose, so it is made up of two units of glucose. Here glucose 1 carbon will react to the fourth number of carbon and will create O-glycosidic bond, and again water molecule will be released, and this is known as maltose. Now come to the oligosaccharides. So more than two monosaccharides if are getting in touch or getting linked, so they are known as oligosaccharides. So any carbohydrates of from 3 to 6 units of simple sugars means monosaccharides are known as oligosaccharides. A large number of oligosaccharides have been prepared by partially breaking down more complex carbohydrates from polysaccharides, and oligosaccharides can have many functions including cell recognition, cell binding. Most of the few naturally occurring oligosaccharides are found in plants. Raffinose, a trisaccharide found in many plants and consists of mallebiose, which is made up of galactose and glucose and fructose. Here we can see the structure of raffinose, which is oligosaccharide. First is galactose, then glucose and fructose. So these three monosaccharides are linking together with the help of O-glycosidic linkage, and they are making raffinose. Now come to the polysaccharide structure. So most polysaccharides found in nature occur as a polysaccharide, and polymers of medium to high molecular weight. Polysaccharides are also called like glycans, differ from each other in the identity of their recurring monosaccharide units, in the length of their chains, and in the type of bonding linking the units, and in the degree of branching. Further, polysaccharides can be classified into two types. First is homopolysaccharide and second is heteropolysaccharide. Homopolysaccharides means they will be made up of same type of monosaccharides, but in case of heteropolysaccharide, they can be made up of different type of monosaccharide. Here we can see in the diagram, homopolysaccharide can be unbranched, means they will be in a linear form, or they can be branched, and on the other hand, heteropolysaccharide, two monomers types, and they can be unbranched. On the other hand, multiple monomer types can be present and they can be branched. Homopolysaccharides contain only a single monomeric species, as I told you in previous slide. So some homopolysaccharides serve as a storage form of monosaccharides that can be used as a fuel. If we talk about the starch and glycogen, they both are the homopolysaccharides. They are branched structure and they are made up of glucose. On the other hand, other polysaccharides like cellulose and chitins are the examples which are served as the structural element in the plant, means they will be involved in the structural organization. Next one is the heteropolysaccharides. So heteropolysaccharides contain two or more different kinds of monomeric species. Heteropolysaccharides provide extracellular support for organisms of all kingdoms. For example, the rigid layer of the bacterial cell envelope is composed in the part of heteropolysaccharides built from two altering monosaccharide units. In animal tissues, the extracellular space is occupied by several types of heteropolysaccharides which form a matrix that holds individual cells together and provide protection, shape and support to cells, tissues and organs. So this is the sum up of this session, and the session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.